Okay, our next video. Things have been going pretty well. I've been hard at work here for the last couple weeks, and slowly but surely we're getting things done. When I took the fender off of the car, this was all wrinkled. This was all pushed in. This was all wrinkled around. There was a hole cut right here to allow the parking light for the other type of front apron. So welded that up. This was torn, welded that up. Beat this around pretty good. It's pretty good for what we have so far. I don't know if I'm going to let it like this, but so far so good. This was all wrinkled up, and I went ahead and got that pretty good, I think. So this whole front section, inner fender, is pretty close to being as it needs to be. Maybe have to put a little bit of filler on it. I'm looking to put no more than a 16th inch filler anywhere if I have to put any at all. So, which I'm sure I will. So that's where we're at with the inner fender. Now, we've been putting the floors in, and it's coming along fairly well. What I did was I fitted them in there, and then I measured to make sure all the points were very close to being the same. I had to move the body mounts. I was going to replace them anyhow, and I had to move them up a little bit to get everything where they needed to be. This front bulkhead here was all wrinkled up and bent and just beat around, and I was able to get it beat out and pretty good. It's not perfect. I'm still going to work on that a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with the fact that we've got this straightened out enough with the flange straightened out that we can now attach the floor to it. And what I've been doing is using self-tapping screws just to set it in place and to hold it in place until I'm ready to weld it. So that's where we are at with the floors. Everything has been fitted. Probably had them in and out about a half a dozen times at least. I feel like they're in pretty good position right now. I still have to build the front bulkhead panel flange on that side, on the driver's side. But I did already, I welded my flange, bottom flange for this back panel here. Welded that all in. That came out pretty nice. My welding is slowly getting better. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll be able to grind it out and get that very, very nice and very close to what it should be. If you want to come around from behind here, you can see underneath here where it's all been cut in and welded and ground out. So it looks pretty good. So before I weld these panels in, I've made a decision. I'm going to go ahead and sit it on the frame. Now I have a semi-restored frame that I got with the donor car. So I'm going to get that out and measure that and make sure that that's in tolerances as to where it should be before I go ahead. Eventually I'm going to set this tub back on there, bolt it all down. I ordered mounting kit from Roaster Factory. So before I weld anything in, that's the plan, is to set it back on the frame before anything gets welded in. I'm going to be installing the drive shaft tunnel. Probably that's the next step I'll do, and then follow that with the battery box installation. I was talking with a guy at a car show the other day. He runs a custom shop, and he was saying he panel glues all his panels together anymore. He said it is the way to go. It is super strong. It can't come apart. It saves a lot of time, and if your welding abilities are only so-so, it sounds like it's the way to go. I've ordered a couple tubes of it. I want to see what everybody has to say about that. Do you think I should glue these floor pans in, or should I weld them? So the jury's out on that yet. We're heading to Texas tomorrow for the Formula One Grand Prix, so I won't be working for the next 5 or 6 days on the car. I wanted to give a shout out to Harbor Freight. I bought this sander the other day. It was on sale for 25 bucks. And it's really good for grinding off welds. For $25, you just can't beat it. It's a Bauer swivel head belt sander. So I really like it a lot. It's a new tool for me, and kind of like new tools whenever possible. Also, if you live in the Melbourne, Florida or Orlando area, we are in the process of putting together a European car show. And the car club that I'm the vice president of, the MG Car Club of Florida, is hosting this show at the American Muscle Car Museum in Melbourne, Florida, February 4th. If you're in the area, you can make it to the car show. It should have around 150 European cars there. We had a pretty good one last year, and we're hoping to have an even better one this year. So if you're in the Melbourne area, February 4th, come out to the show. All right, well, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.